Hello, and welcome to Mabon. Yes, we have one final harvest to come. I want to take a moment for Mabon to do something a little different. We've taken the year to go through and try to uplift and deal with the things going on currently. But we can't lose sight about how we can improve ourselves. For example, recently I was watching the movie Central Intelligence. If you haven't seen it, it's a comedy with The Rock and Kevin Hart. And part of it takes place with a high school background. And I was having a discussion with a friend who was watching it with me about what high school was like. And for me, they were talking about going to the reunion. And I never went to a reunion. And mentioned that to my friend, who said to me, well, they didn't get a chance to know you because I was only there for 2 years. And it made me think, would I be worth knowing back when I was in high school? It's a little hot-headed. Definitely not the same person that I am today. So, it got me thinking about the differences between where I am now and where I was then, and all the things that happened in between. Now, for me, this is not an unusual process. Typically, it happens around either the holidays or my birthday. I'll start to wonder if I've done enough going into those times of the year. But what I want us to do this time, and there's not going to be a meditation or anything associated with this. I want you to go find a meditation that works best for you. I am going to make a suggestion as we go through this. But I want you to think about where you've come in your life so far. And is this where you want to be? What would be the best version of you that you could imagine? Would it be being more compassionate, being more open? What would it be? Now, there's a meditation that we've done in the past. You can find it on the site, that was designed to have you look back on the day. And that was to make you see what you could do differently during the day. And more importantly, to see that there were good things that happened during the day, especially if you had a really bad day, right? I mean, we all know what that's like. We get done at the end of the day and we think we've done nothing. But if you actually jotted down all the things that you did get done that day, you're probably going to find that there was an awful lot that you got done. Or if you didn't, and you look back at the day before or the day before that, you might find that there was an awful lot that you got done before today, and today you just needed a break, right? And there's nothing wrong with the occasional break. But here what we're looking at is not a day, but a life. If this version of yourself were to come back in time and talk to you, what would they say? What would they point out that was good that you did? What would they point out that you could need improvement on? Where do you see the gap between where you are now and where you want to be? And how are you going to get there? And again, this isn't overnight you're going to change. This is baby steps. Little incremental things to get you through from where you are now to where you want to be. It's funny because a lot of religions have some, I'm going to call it a get out of jail free card, right? For example, those that have a heaven usually have some kind of redeeming thing that you can do to make up for whatever you've done in your life to get to heaven, if you didn't do what you were supposed to do the entire time of your life going into this, right? Even Buddhist type, those that have a reincarnation theme to that, your life may be better the next time around. The only exception to that, I think, is probably Vodun. The Vodun that I'm used to has a set number of lives that you're going to live and a set number of things that are going to happen to you in those lives. And that's going to happen to you sometime across those 7 lifetimes. In Buddhism, the reason they were doing that was if oppressed people are told that, hey, next time you may come back as the leader of the people and be in a more elevated position, it's supposed to let them take that bitter pill of oppression better. With Catholicism, it was behave yourself and meet these ridiculous goals that we want to set for you. And there's a reason to say ridiculous in a moment. And you get into this wonderful afterlife. Now, the reason I said the goals are ridiculous is because they weren't really designed to be functional. If you know people who are just assholes, I don't know that there's any religion that considers that to be a good thing. But if the religion has a get out of life free card, right? That once you're out, you have an opportunity for something, or you have a thing that you can do to redeem everything that you've done, it lets you ignore what you're doing right now, right? Oh, it's okay. I'll ask forgiveness for it, and I'll be forgiven, and I'll get to where I want to go. And the reason I point these out is because I think they take the focus away from what we're doing in our lives today. And to that end, as you're looking over where you want to be and that person you want to be, and like I said, what do you want that person to be able to be? How does that interface with making the world a better place, right? The whole thing about if there's a heaven or a hell, that binary choice that you've got there, leaves out where we are right now, right? If you follow some of the teachings, the world would be a much better place because everybody would be reaching out to and helping everybody else. Even some of the reads, like the Wiccan read, if you don't harm anybody, do what you want. Well, how about if you help others, do what you will, as opposed to harm none? The medical creed, first do no harm. Looking at somebody who's suffering from cancer and what those chemicals do to them, I'm not sure that first one gets as much attention as it should. And the reason I say that is those chemicals seem to do a great deal of damage to the person. So even if they live, you've harmed them. So what if we turn that around and the person that you come to be is helpful, is insightful, can do something, regardless of what your skill set is, that just makes somebody's day a little better, right? And if we put that little ripple out in the pond of making one person better, maybe they'll make another person's day better, which will make another person's day better, and it just grows and grows. So as we go into this next to the last harvest, what have you done so far in your life? We're not talking about this year. We're talking about your entire life. Where do you want to be? How do you see yourself getting there? Like I said, there's a lot of meditations you can do to do inner work. The one that I'm referencing is the tower meditation, where you walk up the stairs of a tower. You enter a room. It's got nice comfy chairs. You're either sitting with another version of yourself that you can talk to. Your higher self is the usual image that's put together with that. Or you have a screen in front of you and you can just watch parts of your life again, taking away any emotion from it, right? And the reason you're taking away the emotion is you might have done something that the heat of the moment brought you to. You still made the decision. But if you take the emotion away, are you still proud of how you behaved in that situation? Is there a way that you could have done it differently? Is that what the person you want to be does? So the goal for Mabon for 2025 is to take a look at the life that you've led so far and figure out where it is and the things that you have done and where you want to be. And keep that thought in mind, because we're picking that up for Samhain when we enter Final Harvest. So that's what I've got for Mabon, for the Pagan Alliance Church, and for 2025. And I will talk to you guys all at Samhain.